All three cost $20 a month. ChatGPT Plus, Claude Pro, Google AI Pro. Same price, same billing cycle, completely different tools. And if you picked one based on what you saw on social media or what your colleague uses, there is a real chance you are paying for the wrong one. I have spent time with all three across real tasks: writing, research, coding, document analysis, not benchmark tests, actual work. And I want to give you the verdict nobody else is giving, which is that the question is not which one is best. The question is which one matches what you actually do every day. Before we talk paid plans, let me start with the free tiers. Because in 2026, the gap between free and paid has narrowed significantly, and most people are making a $20 decision based on outdated information. ChatGPT Free gives you the same model plus subscribers use for everyday tasks. You get roughly 15 to 40 messages every 3 hours before it drops to a slower model. For light use, drafting something quick, brainstorming, answering questions, it holds up fine. Claude Free got a serious upgrade in February 2026. Anthropic added projects, artifacts, web search, memory, and file uploads to the free plan. The model is Claude Sonnet, the same intelligence powering most pro interactions. Similar message limits to ChatGPT. The one thing missing is the more powerful Opus model. Your conversations may be used for training unless you pay to opt out. Gemini Free is currently the most generous of the three. Google includes deep research and Gemini live voice mode on the free plan. The reason is obvious: they want you inside their ecosystem. But if you are already in Google Workspace, the free tier covers more than most people need before spending anything. My honest take: use all three free tiers for 1 week with your actual work, not test prompts. You will find out exactly where you hit the limits and whether any of them are worth $20 for your specific situation. ChatGPT, still the most used AI on the planet, over 1 billion queries a day. The breadth of what you get in one subscription is genuinely impressive. Image generation with DALL-E advanced voice mode that holds a real-time conversation with near-instant response, custom GPTs, web browsing, code execution, data analysis. If you are new to AI and want one tool that handles almost everything without needing to think about which tool fits which job, ChatGPT Plus is the logical starting point. But here is what nobody wants to say. ChatGPT is the best at being good at everything. It is very rarely the best at any one specific thing. You ask it to write something and it writes competently. You ask it to debug code and it solves the problem. But put that output next to what Claude produces on the same writing task, and ChatGPT is not winning. It is the Swiss Army knife. Reliable, versatile, never embarrassing. Just do not go in expecting precision. Where ChatGPT genuinely pulls ahead is tooling. The voice mode is still the best consumer AI voice experience available. If you work hands-free regularly, nothing else comes close. The image generation inside ChatGPT is mature in a way Claude and Gemini do not match. If visual content is part of your workflow, that alone can justify the subscription. ChatGPT Plus is right for you if you are new to AI, use voice mode regularly, or work with images. It is probably not the right choice if your primary work is long-form writing or serious software development. Claude is the one that keeps coming up among writers and developers, and once you spend real time with it, you understand why. There is a quality to Claude's output that is difficult to describe until you have felt it. It sounds like a person who actually thought about your question, not a confident summary of what the internet says, an actual considered response. When I ask Claude to write something, the first draft needs less work. It picks up tone without being told. It does not open with a definition when you clearly already know the definition. It does not pad responses with structure that adds length without adding value. It reads the room in a way the other two do not consistently manage. For coding, the numbers back this up. Claude Opus leads SWE Bench Verified, the main benchmark for real-world software engineering, at over 87%. That is not a synthetic test. Measures whether an AI can look at an actual codebase, understand a bug, and fix it correctly. Developers who use Claude daily are not being irrational. The benchmark advantage shows up in real work. The context window is also practically useful. 200,000 tokens on the free tier. You can drop an entire codebase or a year of meeting notes into a single conversation, and Claude holds the thread. ChatGPT Plus gives you 128,000 tokens. More than enough for most tasks, but the gap matters for genuinely long document work. Claude Pro is right for you if writing or document analysis is a major part of your work, or if you are a developer who needs a serious coding partner. It is not for you if you need image generation or voice mode. Claude has neither, and that is a real limitation depending on your workflow. Gemini had a rebrand. Gemini Advanced is now Google AI Pro, same $20, new name. The product has improved, but the core truth about it has not changed. If your workday runs through Google, Gemini is the obvious choice, and I am not sure why more people do not just say that plainly. The integration with Gmail, Docs, Sheets, and Drive is native in a way ChatGPT and Claude cannot replicate. You can ask Gemini to summarize your actual inbox, draft a proposal inside a Google Doc with inline help, or build a Sheets formula by describing what you want in plain English. For someone whose professional life already runs on Workspace, that is genuinely valuable, not because the model is the best, but because the integration removes the friction of switching between tools. Where Gemini falls apart is the moment you step outside that ecosystem. As a standalone assistant with no workspace context, the output quality for writing and nuanced reasoning sits third in most independent comparisons. You are paying for the integration, not the model. Google AI Pro also adds 5 terabytes of cloud storage at the same $20 price. For Google Workspace users who are going to pay for storage anyway, this effectively makes the AI free. Google AI Pro is right for you if you are in Google Workspace all day. It is not for you if you are not. You lose the main advantage immediately, and you are left with a weaker general-purpose assistant at the same price as better alternatives. Here is the decision. Stop thinking about which AI is best and start thinking about what you do most. Writer, editor, content creator, Claude Pro. The output quality difference pays back in reduced editing time within the first week. Developer Claude Pro for Claude Code. The coding benchmark lead is consistent across real tasks. New to AI, want one tool for everything? ChatGPT Plus. The breadth gives you room to explore. In Google Workspace all day, Google AI Pro. The integration justifies it, and the storage sweetens the deal. Most people need one paid plan. Start on free, find where you actually hit friction, and upgrade only when that friction costs you more than $20 a month in lost time. Before I go, there is one more tool I did not cover here. It is free, it has over 100 million users, and it competes directly with all 3 of these on raw capability. But the honest story about whether you should use it is more complicated than most coverage admits. That is the next video, and it is linked right here. If you want breakdowns like this every time something significant changes in the AI space, no hype, no sponsorships, just real tests, subscribe. That is exactly what this channel is for.